Hey y'all, Fat Man Outdoors. We're here with the last part of our pellet testing to see which one of the air rifle pellets we think is the best based on several tests we ran on all 8 brands and styles of the most sold pellets in my area, the most available pellets in my area. We're going to start off with the Power Shot. I'm going to weigh 10 and I'm going to inspect 10. They're that same 10 as I weigh them, see if I get any damage that's on any of them or anything, and if their weight is what it says it's supposed to do. I'm not going to put you through all this, but I just want to show you what we're going to be using. I've got my TL Professional Series scale here. That's I use it when I reload. It's real accurate. It does really well, and I'm going to just be picking the pellets up, inspecting them, make sure there's no kind of damage on them. If there's no damage, put it on there. See what it weighs. That pellet's overweight. The Power Shot from Crosman says that it weighs 5.4. That one weighs 5.78. So we just have to weigh all through all these and see what they come up to. And I'll be back when I do, so I don't waste your whole day. Alright y'all, I'm back. That was an exercise, let me tell you. But got her done. We got all 8 pellets. 10 of them inspected and weighed, and this is how the scoring went. The Gammo Tomahawk finished the best. Got 10 points. It only had one pellet that was more or less than 2/10 of a grain below advertised weight and had none damaged. We had a tie for second 3 ways between the H&N Hornet, who had 3 that were out of range by more than 2/10 of a grain. Daisy Precision Max had 3 that was out by more than 2/10 of a grain, and the Crosman Pointed had 2 that was out by more than 2/10 of a grain, but neither one of them had a damaged pellet. They all got 9 points. Crosman Hollow Point come in next. It had 3 that was out of range by more than 2/10 and 1 damaged. It got 8 points. We had 2 that was tied for the next position, which was the Crosman Power Shot and the Crosman Piranha. They both had 5 that were out of range more than 2/10 of a grain. Now, and the last finisher was the H&N Field Target and Trophy, which had 5 that were out of range by 2/10 of a grain or more, plus 1 that was damaged. Now, I'm really shocked by the Crosman Power Shot, because it had several of its pellets were right up close to 6 grains. All of them were heavy. They were supposed to be 5.4, but every single one of them was heavy, quite a bit heavier than what they were advertised. Doesn't seem to affect their flight, doesn't seem to affect their penetration for sure. The only downfall that I've seen to that pellet so far is that small wound channel. But man, I tell you what you shoot it at, it's going through. So headshots with that baby will be good, and it's accurate too. So now I'm going to write all these down real quick, and we're going to add all this up. Now I'll add these scores up real quick and be back in a snap. Alright y'all, I'm back. Got all the scores tallied up, and it come out that the H&N Hornet just barely won it from the Crosman Power Shot and, believe it or not, the H&N Field Target and Trophy. The total score for the Hornet, the H&N Hornet, was 32.5. The Power Shot, the H&N Field Target and Trophy, they both had 30. Crosman Pointed had 29. Then tied was the Crosman Hollow Point and the Crosman Tomahawk. Both had 28 points total. The Daisy Precision Max had 27. And the last finisher, which kind of shocked me, I expected this pellet to do better, was the Crosman Piranha. But now guys, I tell you what, from the guess at the very beginning of this, I thought that Hornet would come out on top. That thing is magical as far as a pellet. I mean, you've got a big heavy pellet. It makes a big wound channel. It's going to penetrate like crazy, and it's going to retain all its weight. That pellet is going to be tough when you shoot game. But now that the Craftsman Power Shot, I like it because of accuracy. Here's what I'll probably do. I'll probably keep a supply of 3 of these pellets. One of them will be that Craftsman pointed pellet, the one, or the Craftsman hollow point, I'm sorry, the one that mushroomed out so big. I'll keep some of those on hand if I'm going to rabbit hunt, because I want a pellet for a rabbit that's going to open up and have harder shock power to make a big impact when it hits the animal. So that way, if you have to get a shot back into his lungs, that you'll get a big impact. I'm going to keep Craftsman power shots around if I'm bird hunting, just because they're a little more accurate, and you're going to have to do some headshots. But the majority of the time that I'm going to hunt with a pellet rifle, I'm going to have a Hornet in it. But that pellet's all the way around tough, guys. It shoots good. It's got crazy penetration. It's very accurate. Well, guys, I hope this series of tests gave you some good information, because it sure gave me a bunch of information. Now, the one that I'm going to deal with is, what kind of gun do I want? I don't know how I'm going to manage to do this without spending a whole bunch of money. I've looked into the PCPs, and this is my thing with those. Unless you buy the compressor, you're going to have a whole lot of work ahead of you when you're going to shoot that rifle. Because I saw some videos, you know, some people with some of the popular brands with a decent pump, 100 pumps, you know, to pump the tank up to get to full pressure. Either that, or you go buy anywhere from $250 to $1,000 compressor, and who knows which one's the good one. You know, everybody, if you get on the internet, everybody's going to say, yeah, go buy the big $1,000 one. But I'm going to be honest, I can't afford to do that with our rifle system. So for right now, I'm probably going to stick with a Springer. I'm going to pick up another Springer, a different one. We started to get that latest Gamma one that's out, but I've saw some stuff where people were talking about some of the others. So I'm going to look about those and read before I buy another one. But this is definitely not the end of air rifle testing for this channel. But we got a lot of information out there, guys. If you have friends that shoot air rifles, have them watch this series of videos. We cut a lot of good information, and might save you spending money on something that's not going to do what you want it to do. A couple of these pellets that I thought would do well really did not do well at all. They, matter of fact, done really, really bad. But guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'll let you get back to your day. Good shooting. Be safe. Hey y'all, if you don't mind, click subscribe, and if you like the video, and click the like button. And we appreciate every one of y'all, and hope to see you in the next video. It's the Fat Man. I'm gone.